Big Ange may come from down under, but tonight he's going back down south without the 3 points because it finished in Glasgow. Rangers won, Tottenham won.
So we are, mate. So we are. Tottenham, they drew, but they should have had an L.
Rangers should have won. Weren't they so hot tonight?
No, they weren't so hot. They were cold. They were very cold. They should not have drew. They should not have got anything at this game. But the reality is, they did. And you know what? It's a good point. Would I go as far as saying it's a morale victory? No, I want my team to win games of football, but there was a hell of a lot of positives for Rangers to take tonight. Honestly, they took Tottenham to the sword, but the sword broke halfway through. Is that a decent analogy? Probably, but here, Rangers, I think they did Scottish football proud tonight.
Yeah, I think they did enough to win the game. Probably should have won the game. Dessers with a glorious chance late on. But just felt like Rangers, for every one chance Tottenham had, it felt like Rangers had more. Especially in the first half. Rangers probably should have been ahead by the break.
No, they should have been. You had the Barami shot tipped over. You had Tierney, who I thought was very, very good in that first half. Nico Raskin, I thought was the best performance in a Rangers shirt. The only real negative in the first half was the fact that John Souttar has picked up an injury and had to go off for Leon Balogun. Not only could he miss the Old Firm, Leon Balogun was forced into playing minutes tonight. And obviously, being 36-year-old, you don't want him playing on a Thursday and then going into an Old Firm final on a Sunday. So what effects could that have going forward if John Souttar's out long term for Rangers?
Well, it could have big effects. I think he's been the best centre-back for Rangers this season. Not a big fan of Proper. Looks like it's going to be Proper and Balogun for the Cup final against Celtic, and I think it weakens the Rangers team, so that's not good.
It's not good. Proper probably again had his best game in a Rangers shirt tonight. Igamane, I know he's already announced his name with the goals against Nice and goals here and there, but I think tonight is the night that Hamza Igamane announced himself on the world scene. A lot of eyes on this game. Battle of Britain against Tottenham, obviously the Premier League guys, whatever. Nutmegs, chesting it down, skills, the goal. This guy is proven to me that Rangers have a sellable asset, and I feel like for too long Rangers, to be fair, it's not like Rangers haven't had sellable assets. They've just let the contracts run down and let them go for peanuts. And that's not me saying sell Igamane in January, but the point, it's good to actually see that here, you play your cards right, you're guaranteed profit on this guy. And for once, Clement, I don't think he was talking BS. I think Rangers wouldn't have been able to afford this guy next summer because he looks really good.
Well, it did seem like BS last season at the start of this season, but Igamane's coming onto a good game and he looks like a quality player. And
you say start last season, he only signed this season. Give the guy a break.
Well, you know what I mean. Well, when they signed him in the summer,
Same shit. The summer is the start of the season, big man. No, the end of the season.
End start. Who cares?
Shite jobby. But I tell you what, first half, Tottenham, a few chances. Son had the shot on target, but Timo Werner got hooked off at half time. He is shite. Never rated Werner, really. He looked alright like 10 years ago when he was young. But I think Timo Werner now, man, is just pretty pish.
Yeah, I've never been a massive fan of Timo Werner.
No, absolutely not. But James Tavernier, we go into the second half, whips the ball in. It's a great ball into the box. And Hamza Igamane, first time finish, pass, big Foster, into the back of the net.
Quality finish.
Yep. Morelos-esque.
And is he the form striker in Scotland right now? Hard to argue against it.
I don't know I don't know what the stats are of other people, but I tell you what, I think that's 5 games in a row now he scored.
Yep, 5 in his last 5.
I'm sure it's more than that actually. He scored 2 against Nice, so it must be more.
I'm pretty sure it's 5 in his last 5.
No, I seen a stat earlier that said he scored 5 in a row.
Aye, after tonight. Maybe it's 6.
6 and 5, man. Trying to think, did he score the goal against St Johnstone when we won 1-0? Did he?
Don't know, but I'm assuming he starts.
That was an own goal.
I'm assuming he starts the cup final.
Yeah, and the only worry for me is he played like 70 odd minutes tonight. But
you need to cut that crap out, man. These are professional footballers. I think they should be. Although Celtic, he could argue they're getting 2 days extra rest.
I know the professional footballers, right? And for me, there's no excuse. But what I don't want is coming out of Sunday and players and managers galore and alike are using it as an excuse. I don't want it as an excuse. Clement hasn't won an Old Firm, right? And if Rangers replicate what they did tonight, they have a good chance of beating Celtic. That's not a 100% chance or a 99.9% chance. But see the last couple of games, man. It's been pathetic, the showings. But if you can replicate this and that's all I ask. I mean, I say it's all I ask for, right? I don't want anything less than lifting the trophy on Sunday. But see if I see players like Nico Raskin, right, and Diamonde and players like that running their arse into the ground and they're dead at the end of the game.
And you lose, you can accept it, man.
You can accept it more, right? What I can't accept is the likes of Cyril Dessers getting brought on in this game for 15 minutes and it looks like he's done. It looks like he's not been subbed on. It looks like he started the game. There's no excuse for that. He cost us with a chance. He scored an offside goal, which, I mean, there's no real excuse for being offside, but there was two other guys offside as well.
Yeah, all three Rangers players don't know what they were doing.
No, I don't know what they were doing.
Synchronised offside.
And then at the end, Raskin wins the ball back really well, right? And then he makes the run after he passes to Dessers. Dessers goes back the way. I think if you're getting subbed on, right, with like 20 minutes to go, 15 minutes...
You should be full of life.
You should be... Especially Dessers. He's third in the pecking order right now.
Yeah, he should be using that time to try and, get his way back into that number 1 spot.
Maybe wearing number 9 on the back of his shirt, but he's definitely no the number 9. But Rangers could have made it 2-0. A few other chances with Igamane. You had the deflected shot for Diamande. But then the Spurs goal came. It's just a ball in behind. Completely unlocks the Rangers defence. It's pretty poor defending. Slanky manages to square it over to Kuleveski. And James Tavernier, who I think actually had a pretty good game, he's just nowhere to be seen. He's the right back. Where is he? Dujon Sterling got brought on for Tierney. I just don't see why we don't swap Tavernier and Sterling on the pitch. Sterling is obviously more defensive minded than James Tavernier. It makes no sense for me to have Tav behind Sterling.
It was a good finish, but Butland was kind of going the wrong way, so...
It was, but even if this went out or it was saved, it would have been a penalty.
I mean, it wasn't even placed in the corner,
No, it wasn't, but Yilmaz clattered the guy. I'm very, very positive that... I'm 99% sure that would have been a penalty anyway. Yeah, maybe they could have missed it. It would have been a Spurs thing to do to miss this penalty. But yeah, after that, as I said, Dessers had a few chances. Rangers got a free kick in the last minute. Didn't actually get time to whip it in. But it's a draw. And, I'm seeing Farmer League this still on Twitter. It's not a Farmers League, man. This was a good performance for Rangers. And you know what? I'm actually disappointed. Going into the game, you'd have took the draw, but I'm kind of sad the fact that we couldn't win.
Unfortunately, a lot of English pricks refer to any league that isn't the English Premiership as a Farmers League, and that's just the way it is.
It is the way it is. But yeah, good win for Rangers.
I literally seen someone the other day argue that Arjen Robben wasn't a good player because he had all his success in a Farmers League, aka the Bundesliga.
Oh, aye, because he never done anything outside the Bundesliga.
I mean, when he was having Bayern Munich were a better team than anybody in the Premier League when Robben was at his peak and Bayern Munich were at their peak, so I don't know what people are talking about.
Him and Ribery. But yeah, I mean, Battle of Britons, they don't come along often. So you'd want, it would have been a fantastic result if Rangers won. But then saying that, of course, there is two more in January. You've got Celtic Villa and you've got Rangers United. Would you say out of the three that this is probably the best chance for a Scottish team to win? At the home advantage?
I think so. I think the way Spurs play, they probably open up and would allow Rangers more opportunities. But you never know. United are really poor.
Yeah.
United are not a good side. I don't really think Celtic will beat Aston Villa. But Aston Villa seem to be wavering a little bit as well. They started the season
Celtic might need to.
Well, they very well might need to. If Celtic don't beat Young Boys, they could need a result against Villa. And that's not what you would want. I mean, honestly, after Celtic's impressive results in the early, goings this campaign, when they beat Leipzig, I just assumed that they'd have the qualification pretty much wrapped up at this point.
Yeah.
But they don't. With 2 games to go. Rangers 2 games to go. Will be in they'll be in the last 24, won't they? It's just a matter of will it be top 8 or will they be in the playoffs? And Hearts obviously leaving it late, but I think they should be alright.
Yeah, I mean, Rangers are currently 4 points above Braga, who are 25th.
Well, let's talk about the Dessers miss later on.
Yeah, the Dessers miss. Dessers.
Well, I say Dessers miss. It's a save, but I mean, come on. Shouldn't be allowing the goalkeeper to save this. Dessers does great.
And this is the
Takes a couple of touches, gets in between the defence. He must be about... His centre goal must be about... He's almost on the penalty box spot.
Yeah.
and he somehow doesn't put it in.
He missed a very similar chance against Nice, right?
But that's the hard work.
Difference was you were 4-1 up. No one cared, really, even though I cared because I said he'll miss it when the game's in the balance. Game was in the balance, missed it.
But like he does. See if he doesn't create that opening, you're not even that annoyed because you don't really expect. But it's the fact he gets into that position and creates opportunity for himself. Then you just seem like finishing it's the easy part, and he can't do it.
No, it's annoying, but it's like when I watched it, right? Even when he did the part that was hard, but you have no faith with the guy in front of goal. You've got none, and then when he scored the offside goal, it's like that doesn't surprise me. It's a very Cyril Dessers thing to do, but anyway,
if it was onside, would he have finished it? Would he got it in? Who knows?
Who knows? But he also trialled Yilmaz and Yefti both down the left hand side tonight at the start. They both started the game, and I thought it was pretty well. It worked pretty well, and you know what? It took Phil quite a while to actually change things, but if he is going to be here to the end of the season at least, he needed to do this. And you look back to the Hearts game or the Dundee United game of a few weeks ago. Rangers are look much better than already, and it's because there's new life in the team. There's new formations. There's different players getting featured. Players come back for injury. I just hope this momentum can keep getting better and better. But the reality is, this game, it's either going to be looked back at as a good draw, but it's all going to come down to Sunday. If Rangers get beat, no one gives a shit about this. But if Rangers win against Celtic, it's going to be, what a last couple of days. Good point in the Europa League, and we've beat Celtic.
Honestly, I don't think this game matters at this point. It's all about Sunday.
Yeah. That is the aspect.
Whether Rangers won tonight or lost tonight, I think the result would be quickly forgotten about that if they don't beat Celtic. And even if they do beat Celtic, I think people will be focusing too much on the fact that they beat Celtic and they've overtook them again in titles, because that's the big talking. Normally this is a big game, but when it comes 3 days before a cup final against your rivals with so much at stake and a chance to try and turn momentum, then for once a Battle of Britain game kind of pales in comparison, doesn't it?
No, absolutely. So maybe the other two,
because when
will feel bigger.
When this game was announced, I think this felt like the big game. I think this is what you were looking forward to, wasn't it? From a Rangers perspective.
Yeah,
when these fixtures got announced, you're thinking, Big Ange returning to Glasgow. But it's fallen on the week, 3 days before the Scottish League Cup final, and it just didn't feel that big, didn't it? It felt like a warm-up game. Now, maybe it would have felt different if Rangers didn't go off to a good start and Rangers were in a position where they need a result tonight to have a realistic chance of still going through.
No, you're right. I mean,
but I think with Rangers already in the top 8, it felt like, it doesn't really matter. They lose this, they're still going to get a spot in the top 24. And yeah, this game, it's like an appetizer, isn't it? The main course is on Sunday.
I'll be honest, going into this game, I didn't care as much as maybe I should have, but once the whistle went and you're in it, you're like, we need to beat Spurs, massive game.
This was like a glass of water that you get before you receive your steak,
Even when I did my review, right,
sparkling.
I was still adamant, we should have won that game and, buzzing about it. The fact that performance levels have went up here, but reality is, no, I don't care. You're right. It's completely...
Done,
dusted. You wake up tomorrow, it's all about Sunday.
Alright, no one's going to wake up. No one's going to be waking up tomorrow and that game. Everyone's going to be waking up tomorrow and going, right, 2 days, Celtic.
And that is the real test. But there'll be an SPFL preview show as well, and that'll be after the review show of the Europa Conference League, Europa, and the Champions League. Shamrock Rovers are about 1 million points clear of your wee team. What do you make of that?
Not good.
It's no good. Anyway, till then, peace.